Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Shopping with Elyse. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we're going to be talking about Grandparents' Day because Grandparents' Day is on Sunday, so we want to make sure that you guys are getting, amazing gifts for your grandparents, and time capsules are amazing gifts. Now, bear with me if the lighting is very bad today. The sun keeps moving all over, but we are here and we're going to be talking about time capsules. Our in-house creative team here at Not Forgotten created an amazing grandparents video, so I'm going to play that for you guys before we hop right in. So if you just joined, we are here talking about time capsules, which is an amazing, unique, personalized gift to give to your grandparents to let them know that you care. Of course, Grandparents' Day is on Sunday, September 12th, and we are on Amazon Prime, so if you want to get something between now and then, you could definitely do it and get a great gift in time for the holiday. So let me show this video and we'll be right back. Okay, so I hope you guys got a little excited about what we're doing today and what we're talking about. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, thanks for joining in. And again, we're going to be talking about the Time Traveler time capsule. Now that is the time capsule that we have decided to show you guys today and talk a little bit more about it. So this product is extremely convenient for older people, especially those that may struggle with technology. It was designed with the remote user in mind. So if you are in a nursing home or if your grandparent simply just lives at their house, they don't get out much, you don't want a videographer to come into their home and they don't have the skills to self-film using our DIY products, which are at a lower price point. This is a perfect gift for them. Now, before I even delve into the prices, this one costs $399, so under $400 and an entire experience. Now, we have a ton of different products here at Not Forgotten. We have 6, and they suit a range of budgets, and $399 is very appropriate for what we're talking about here. So, in a nutshell, what's going to happen is a Not Forgotten videographer. So we have a whole team of certified Not Forgotten videographers. They're professionals, behind the camera. They're very talented, they're personable, and they're a warm, friendly face, so your grandparent will be able to click a link, and as long as her device has a camera, his or her device has a camera, they can just click the link and talk into the camera, just like I'm doing right now. So a Not Forgotten videographer will interview and record and then edit that film of your loved ones. So for 1 hour, your grandparent will have this one-on-one time with a professional videographer and get to reminisce and talk about their life story, which, how often do they get to do that? I know everyone is, very busy, and finding time to go into the depths of your grandparents, it doesn't really come up as much as it should. So this holiday is about celebrating that, celebrating them, and giving them this opportunity to speak with a videographer for an hour and have their story filmed is, the highest compliment. You're telling them that their story matters, and I think it's a really beautiful thing. So once they do the hour of filming with the videographer, everything is taken care of. They just have to sit back, and their film will be edited and produced to the highest professional standards by our certified videographers. So very fun experience. You get that one-on-one time. You get the whole hour to talk about your life. And then out of that hour footage, we will clip it down to 30 minutes. Now, with the Time Traveler, I think the best thing about this product, it's super underrated in my opinion, is because you not only get that personal time, you get a full hour of filming, but, which not all of our products offer, is the additional storage. You also get 2 gigabytes of digital storage, to attach onto your time capsule. So for those of you listening and thinking, okay, but 2 gigabytes is not really enough. For your grandparents, it's plenty. It's equivalent to around 700 photos. So 2 gigabytes is plenty to put in their photos and maybe their important documents and things like that. The 2 gigabytes is just an additional thing that we give you, and it's, you know, a lot of fun if they have pieces of like paper and documents and things that they want to save. So once everything is added, the opening date is set. You have between now and, you know, 50 years, anytime between then is when you can select your opening date. Your digital media will be added to the time capsule, and then their time capsule will be locked once you set that opening date, and then cataloged on the blockchain and handed over to the preservation trust to care for generations of the family to enjoy. So the virtual time travelers, highest duration as well. So you get an hour with a personal, you know, videographer, one-on-one time. Super convenient because you click a link, you just go into your home, and, you know, you're just at your computer just talking to the camera. You get that additional storage, and as well as that, you get the highest amount of storage that you can for, you know, years. So you get 300 years of storage. And for 300 years, that means that 10 generations of your family is going to be able to watch this video. So, you know, you're gifting this to your grandma, and when your kids have kids, they obviously are not going to get to meet your grandma, but they will through this Not Forgotten time capsule video. So they'll get to know her on a different level. They will get to understand, you know, what she looks like, what her voice sounds like, what she's passionate about, and things like that. So it's a whole new layer of understanding your grandparents and really saving their legacy and memorializing who they are. If your grandparent has already passed away, but you're looking for a really great gift, let's say your grandma passed, but your grandpa's still here, our memory boxes are amazing as well, because this is a perfect product for someone who you still want to honor and you still want to create a time capsule for, but they're not here, so they can't click the link and, you know, interview with the videographer. So the memory box is a 20 gigabyte storage box. It's one of my favorite products, and it's priced at $449, and it gives you 20 gigabytes. So that's 20 hours of video, so you can pull out those old home videos and convert them and put them in the time capsule. Or it's 7,000 to 10,000 photos, so you have quite a large amount of space to play around with. So you can get, you know, one for your grandma to honor her, and then you can get your grandpa the time traveler so that you can get like a video of him talking about it. This next generation gift, it's built with a difference. All of our technology is made right here in the United States, and it's all about quality and being built to last, and especially convenience. So I'm going to show you guys a product video so you can get a better idea of exactly what we're talking about today. And I will talk to you about the time traveler first, and then we'll do the memory box after, because I think it's both important. Okay, so that I hope was a very useful video. And if you guys are watching again and saying, this is great, but one of my grandparents passed away, or I have all these photos of my grandma, I don't know what to do with them, that is where the memory box comes into play. So I'm recommending 2 products for you guys today, the Time Traveler and the memory box, and I'm going to play the memory box product explainer right now so you get a better idea of what we're talking about. Okay, so I hope you guys got a better idea. And again, the memory box is just an additional thing that I'm bringing up because I think if you guys see these products and you think they're so amazing and you're able to have someone click a link and have that one-on-one time with the videographer and you feel like you're missing out because your relative's no longer here to do that experience, that's why we have the memory box, the storage-only product to save the very best of their life, whether you want to take some home videos and plop them into the memory box, or some photos, or even some letters. Guys, think about what you have and what your grandparents have. For me, my grandma has, every single day she wrote down notes that she thinks that I should know, little mementos, little sayings, and things like that. So obviously these are really important to me. If someone just took a look at my desk though, they literally just look like regular notes and they wouldn't know how important they are. To me, they are, really, really important. So I think I'm going to scan them and put them in my time capsule, and if you guys have anything like that, you should definitely do the same because I think it adds a lot of context, and that's why we give you guys that 2 gigabytes of additional storage. Now, the Time Traveler, again, it's preserved for 300 years, and every single one of our time capsules does center on a story, and we all have stories to tell. So the Time Traveler is a very easy one because you're telling your entire story through digital media uploads as well as that 30-minute video. And you're using our rich storytelling tools. So when you are doing this video, if your grandparents are a little bit nervous because they're not used to being in front of the camera, no worries. We have interview guides, templates that we've already figured out. We've already written them down so they can kind of go over the questions, see what resonates with them, and see what they want to talk about. Now, if you are someone or you have a grandparent who is more free-spirited, doesn't want to stick by the book, that's okay too. You don't have to. It's just there if you need it and you want it. But you can also just freeform and say whatever comes to mind. Just keep in mind that you only have that hour to film. So my helpful tip would just be to write down on a piece of paper the most important things to you, bullet point them, and then make sure you cover all those topics. But yes, so this one is really great because it's filmed online and it's edited by the professional, so you don't have to worry about video editing. You just have to pick your template or just go ahead and start talking and get it done. I will say that the platform that we have, the quality is higher than any quality on Skype or Zoom or other video platforms. Anything that you guys are used to, you're paying for a little bit of extra. And this time capsule, 4 ways that it never gets lost. Number 1, your grandparent will receive, actually it's 5 ways. They'll receive a basic library record, a personalized library record, a blockchain record, and then the family history record will be attached to your time capsule, and every single time capsule is mapped to your location. So, like I said before, Not Forgotten is a time capsule and preservation company, but we're also a registered special library, and we are the technology behind the International Time Capsule Society. So when you are gifting your grandparents this time capsule for Grandparents' Day, you're also allowing them, this ability to be part of a historical society and have their story saved for centuries. So it'll all be mapped to your location. Depending on where you're from, you could be your first, time capsuler in your state, your city, or your town. We have them all over the world, but your grandparent might be the first in their area to do a time capsule. Now, I also want to say that our time capsules are never lost, and it's because, again, we link all the family history and we map it through the International Time Capsule Society. So it's very secure, and our premium time capsules are even cataloged on the WorldCat and recorded on the blockchain. Now, the blockchain is optional now. Things have changed a little bit, but if you want to do it, you totally can. I also want to say that Not Forgotten covers all of our media from data rot and technology obsolescence. So we do this using a cast iron combination of preservation policy and data storage in climate controlled vaults. So what does that mean? That means that over time, the videos and the photos that you have, whether they're on your phone or even in person, they all start to age. If you see some old photographs, they've gone brown, the edges have curled up, and you could see that they have, taken the test of time. The same thing goes with our, digital uploads. Those also age. They just age a little bit differently. So if your grandparent has, photos of you saved on her phone, or maybe you have photos of your grandparents and videos and stuff like that, it'll come to a time, in, I think, 10 years? 10 years is when they become highly susceptible to data rot. So there will be a time when you go to open up your photos or your videos or your voicemails of grandma and they won't be there. Or you go to click play and the sound is all impacted and it's glitchy and you can't really, get an idea of what's going on in the video, or it just doesn't work at all. Some people click it and they get this file corrupt notification. What that means is that your file has been infected by data rot and that truthfully, you'll never get to see that video again. Some videos and photos just die. I think after technology, research, we've figured out that everything that we're doing, storing it in the cloud, it's not super secure, as well as USBs and hard drives. So if you guys have important family photos and videos on hard drives and USBs, that is not going to last as long as you think it is. So why not just be extra safe and make a time capsule and make sure that it can be around and viewed and accessed and loved for a long time. So you'll be able to pull up this video in 50 years time. It's going to be as fresh as the day that your grandparents filmed it, and they're going to look great and you're going to be able to watch it. So we do feature very high archiving standards, and we do this because we use the U.S. Library of Congress and the U.S. National Archives and Records Administration standards. So we're holding ourselves to very high standards to give you guys the best possible product that we can. Of course, as always, everything I'm saying, all of our credentials are on our Amazon page on the right side. Now, lastly, Not Forgotten time capsules are safeguarded by the Digital Preservation Trust. We've had a lot of media attention. Reuters covered us, and they said Not Forgotten strives for immortality, which of course is the exact same wish your audience has for their family stories. So you guys obviously want grandma and grandpa's stories to last for a very long time, and you want to be able to pass them down through generations, those words of wisdom, and you want to, remember the very best moments. That's why these time capsules are so important. This, again, out of all the products that we have, is extremely convenient. It's for someone who doesn't want to self-film or do the editing, but they also don't want to spend $1,500 on an in-home concierge, which is when a professional videographer comes into your home and gives you that whole celebrity experience, shoots you for 2 hours, 2 different camera angles, the lighting, the sound, everything's provided. So this is, designed specifically for other people that are remote or they don't want to break the bank, but they also still want to have that time with a professional videographer. And it's designed specifically to be easy for the elderly to use, because we know that we're living in a very high-tech world and not everyone is, super tech savvy, but that's okay. We don't want you guys to feel like you can't be part of this. So this is a really great opportunity for you to save the very best of your life and the very best of your grandparents' life. So whether you guys want to do this or just your grandparents, but it's an amazing gift for either or. Now, our products, again, they're all digital, but you can choose on Amazon. Obviously, we have the physical luxury packaging, and I'm going to unbox that and show you guys exactly what that means. But before I do that, I want to show you, because I always say, we're part of the World Cat, we're on the World Cat, and I know for a lot of people that doesn't mean much, right? What is the World Cat? So I want to share my screen, and I want to just show you how easy it is to go onto the World Cat and find your grandparents' video after they make it. And I think that is the best thing that we can be doing, because a lot of people worry that if they make a time capsule, they're not going to know where to find it. And that can be very true, especially with physical time capsules. 80 to 90% of them were actually lost. So the ones that you would, get and you'd go outside and you'd bury them away, they were either lost or stolen or forgotten about. And I think that's really important to note. So it was such an amazing idea to have these time capsules, but they just didn't work out as well because of Mother Nature and of normal circumstances. So we thought, let's do physical time capsules and make them digital so that you can find your grandparents' story whenever that you want. And I'm going to show you guys what that means. So let's say that your grandma calls you and she says, I made the time capsule, I did what you got me, and I don't know where to find it. I'm so confused, as grandparents do. This is what you would do, and you would just direct him or her exactly to where you're going. And I'm going to share my screen after I look up the World Cat. So here we are, guys. We're on Google and we're looking up the World Cat. It's just a great database. It has more than 10,000 libraries worldwide on this. As I said before, we are a registered special library, a designated special library. So when you get a call from grandma or grandpa and they're like, you know what, Elyse, you got me this amazing gift, where do I find it? Once the video is done, it's secure, it's put into your time capsule, everything is completely finished, they can easily find it here. So you don't have to send them a video, they don't have to save the video, download it, anything like that. It's on the World Cat. Now, I'm going to show you my grandma's video to show you how easy it is for some older people to do this, but her first name is Linda, her last name is Kreider, and then you type not forgotten. So you type your grandparents' first name, your grandparents' last name, and then you type in not forgotten. Now, as you can see, she popped up almost immediately. She's number one, her library record's right there. So you click it, and there she is. That is her library record. So it will be there for centuries in a library. Now, your kids can go to this site. Your kids can go to the World Cat. The World Cat's been around for a long time, very secure, and here it is. So this is, her library record. It's a digital asset which forms part of a larger global time capsule archive of people sharing personal stories and significant life events. So this one obviously is about my grandma. She's born in Detroit, and she talks about her life. And this is going to be preserved for 300 years. So you might think, okay, this is great, but what now? Well, you scroll down, you click view online, and that's where the real fun begins. So here is her library record. Now, the library records are getting a bit of a makeover, so bear with us as we do that, but this is what it looks like. And it has everything, gray, but that's not even the best part. You X that out, you go down, and it has every fact that you need to know about this time capsule. Especially the coolest part, one of my favorite parts, is that the whole thing is transcribed. So if your grandma or your grandpa said something and you want to go back and you're like, okay, they said this, they were talking about Disneyland, they were talking about marriage, they were talking about, whatever. You can, the Tower of London, that's a good example. My grandma right here is talking about the Tower of London. I'm not going to watch, a whole video to try to find where she said the Tower of London, but I can go in the timestamp and see that she said it at 14 seconds and 23, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. So that is super easy, and then you can find it. So you guys can do that. Now, at the bottom, once you're finally done scrolling through, you can click short-term storage, and it will open up to your grandparents' video. Now again, this is the in-home concierge, but it's a great example of, how easy it is to find your grandparents' video and how easy it is to go about that. So my grandma, this is a template that we use. So for all of our videographers, super easy to edit.
Daniels, Waterman,
and there she is.
I've been married twice, so I've had several.
I don't know if you guys can hear this when I play it on my screen, but when they're doing the interview, obviously she has those two camera angles.
And we lived in a little tiny house to visit relatives a couple of weeks. It's hard to go through, and Mike are we felt like it, so we went to the town.
And also you can see there's like some B-roll of her house and things like that. So the main point of me showing you guys this is just to say this is how easy it is if your grandma or your grandpa or your aunt and your cousin or all your family members call you and say, hey, I saw that you got grandma a time capsule. Where do I find that? This is where you'd go. So super, super easy to find and to learn about them. And when they're no longer around, you're going to really, love this video and really be excited that you were able to do something like this. So I always like to include that because I think it's really important that we know the fact that this is a library means that, no matter what happens to Not Forgotten, you don't have to worry. Your grandma, your grandparent, like their video will be there. It'll be safe, it'll be secure, and it'll be accessible no matter what happens to us as a company because we are also a library. So very, very comforting to know that. Now, I hope that helped and you got a better idea of how easy the product is and how user-friendly it is. I definitely think that that's one of the best things that we have. We do combine that expert in, preservation. We have this expertise. We use the highest archiving standards, intelligent tracing tools, exclusive mapping technology, and then a process of meticulously cataloging each time capsule so that you can find them just as easily as I said. Also, we have that trust. So we have the digital preservation trust, and it guarantees that your loved one's stories and memories are safe and secure for up to 300 years. Last but not least, when it comes to grandparents, this is extremely easy to use technology. It's no hassle at all for grandma to put together a time capsule. It's actually probably going to be a lot of fun for her to open it up. And we do uniquely solve that issue of how do we keep our family stories, our family history, and our family memorabilia safe and accessible for generations of a family to enjoy. Imagine your grandma making this video and having it for so long and then being able to send it to all of her friends and they absolutely love it and they can do it and they're like, oh, I want to do a time capsule. So I think once you start doing it, you see how valuable it is and it has that word of mouth, like organic effect. And this goes the same thing with yourself. If you're watching this, imagine your grandchildren being able to introduce your mother to their children in 100 years time. With this product, you can definitely do that. That's the whole point. We're just trying to link the future to its past. Imagine mom's relief or grandma's relief at having all of the family memorabilia safe, accessible, protected, and ready to be drawn from a library for hundreds of years. So we've had a lot of media coverage because people are taking note of what we're doing, and Women's Daily actually called us and our innovative new take on time capsules the gift of immortalizing one's life for centuries to come. And Fortune Herald hailed it as a scrapbook that will live for centuries, which I absolutely love. If your grandparent, if you get them this gift and they're a little bit confused about it, just tell them, Grandma, it's like the scrapbooks and the treasure box that you made. It's all in one, because it really is. You get to have that 2 gigabytes of storage, or if you want the memory box, again, it's only a storage product, so you have 20 gigabytes to play around with. And your grandma gets to talk about her life, and then she gets to add as many documents and stuff as she wants. And it really is like an organizational time capsule that you will have no matter what. No matter what, really. If you move houses and you guys, misplace some photos, or if there's a natural disaster. I mean, I live in New Jersey, and I just saw some insane flooding, and people drowned. So their photos are not there anymore. All their hard drives are done. It's quite sad, and I think that we're going to be experiencing things like this more often than not. I think it's a really smart idea to save all of your most, precious items in a digital time capsule. So think about that. Think about the things that really matter to you, whether that's, your grandma's recipes or some handwritten letters that maybe she's gotten you. and sent you over the years, I think that's really important to put in, because we do know how important memories are, and the best ones, absolutely, they never fade. But what keeps memories alive that's really important when you consider how unkind time can be to photographs, to CDs, to videos. And we now know through the research that even digital data rots as the years pass. So for people who cherish their memories, like you're watching this video, and the stories that they tell, the stories that their relatives tell, and in the light of Grandparents' Day, the stories that their grandparents tell, it can be a really hard truth to swallow. We don't want to lose these stories. We want to keep their memory alive. And we want to make sure that, we're able to look back at them and pass them down the generations. And Not Forgotten really changes this and allows us to do that. Never before were we able to, save this video in pristine condition. It's going to be as fresh as the day it's been filmed. And everyone's going to be able to safeguard their cherished memories using our technology. So when you do buy a time capsule, you're telling someone that their story matters. You're turning, their individual life into the ultimate gift. And it's really amazing for people who want a lasting and thoughtful gift on a much-loved best friend or a family member, in this case, a grandparent. $399 delivers a timeless gift, blending a distinctly personal touch and huge convenience as well. So when you guys do order these on Amazon, you're going to get luxury packaging. I'm going to do a quick little unboxing before I let you go. And you're going to get this navy envelope with the gold. It's super nice. And I think when you're giving this away as a gift, especially to a grandparent, they love tangible things, right? They want something to open up and you can show them what it is and they won't be confused at all because we provided them this amazing brochure. Now the brochure is worth every single penny because your grandparent will absolutely love this gift after they read all about it and they understand exactly how to use it and the value and the benefits, and we've broken it down in a really easy way. So first, of course, we open up with who we are, how the product works. We share some customer stories, ways to get inspired, privacy policy, frequently asked questions, and ways to contact us. So, there's a really amazing set of, real life people who have used our products and they've put in, some quotes to talk about why it was so worth it, why they created the story and how they're so excited that you can find it. I think Jerry is an excellent quote because it really is the epitome of what we're talking about when it comes to Grandparents' Day. He said, he's 70 years old. He said, "It's so wonderful that I can have this opportunity to go over things. Most of my family have no idea about my background, my history, and what I have done." So, truthfully, before my grandma made a time capsule, I didn't know she had been born on a dining room table. I knew she was a war baby, but that's pretty extreme. And it really does create this whole new dimension to family research. And it gives you a really good idea of who someone was. Someone here said, "I regret not using the opportunity to film my dad's Not Forgotten video when he was alive. It's cool how Not Forgotten links family history records to the videos." So guys, don't, regret not doing it. Buy it for your grandparent. Right now on Amazon, it's $399. And when you buy the luxury packaging, you will get everything you need, every single question answered in this booklet. It's liquid gold. You should get it. I definitely feel like it will help quite a bit. Now, this is another really great thing for your grandparents. It's a certificate of asset contribution. They could put it away. They could file it. It just is to certify that, the video they create has been incorporated into the assets of the Digital Preservation Trust to, care for and establish that their legacy can be passed on from generation to generation. At the very bottom, you're able to view the records of your Not Forgotten time capsule in the Not Forgotten library. So it tells you exactly where to go. To make it even easier for you guys, this is a will and estate piece of paper that you put into your will. And again, it just reminds your family, hey, I made a time capsule. Please remember that. Even though it's all linked and you don't have to be a genius to find your time capsule, this is, a really great piece of paper that you can put in. And again, just reminds them once more, and it reminds them that, your story is going to be protected for 300 years. And if they want to see it, you can see it. It says, "To locate my video, search for my name in the genealogy records or on the WorldCat library records." So everything is here step by step in order for you guys to find your videos. Now, lastly, what we give you is a family tree on archival paper. So this will be very useful for some family nights, maybe on Grandparents' Day when you're getting together. You could fill this out as a family, so then you can start building your Not Forgotten family tree, because The old family trees, right, they're just some blurry photos and a name or two, but this is completely different. You're going to be having, videos of people. So imagine, being able to watch a video of someone you never met, like my great-great-grandma, or on one of my dad's side, my grandpa, I've never met him. So it would be cool to have a video of him. And I think that having this family tree filled out will give you a better idea of who's left in your family to make a not forgotten time capsule, so that you can start building your own up and start filling it all out. Lastly, when it is the gift luxury packaging, you get the gift card. So it comes in this cute little navy envelope, and you get your card with the license code. You just have to scratch it off and redeem it. And that's how easy it is. So this is an amazing gift for your grandparents, and Grandparents' Day is coming up this Sunday. So if you guys want to buy it, definitely do it right now and do it on Amazon. Amazon Prime is available as well, so you guys can get your gift as soon as possible since it is a Friday. And again, I think it's a great investment. You're going to be super happy that you purchased it, and this will just add that another dimension to, some storytelling. Next time you're talking about, that time where your grandpa and you went fishing and the boat flipped, you can actually show a video of your grandparent talking about it. Or you can show, if you're talking to your daughter and saying, oh, you remind me of my grandma, you guys have the same hair. Your daughter's like, really? And then you could bring up this video of grandma and say, look, and they'll be able to see it firsthand. And I think that it's a really beautiful moment. It's new technology. We haven't been able to do this in the past before. Of course, we have old family videos, but a lot of them are rotted away from the data rot, and they're just not in crystal clear quality. So I think it would be a great idea to make something and preserve it and make sure it's all accessible. So when you guys do buy it on Amazon, this is what you will get, worth every penny in my opinion, and really adds a new layer to gift giving as well, because they're going to be able to hold on to this brochure, and when they tell their friends about the great not forgotten time capsule they just made, they'll be able to bring out this brochure and answer every single question that they have as to why it is worth every single penny. So if you guys want to buy this, again, $399, and this is the Time Traveler. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great weekend. Happy Grandparents' Day, and we will be